Telegraph was first invented by Samuel Morse in 1837. It proved instrumental in the Civil War as an invention that facilitated communication. In the war effort, it was utilized by both sides, but more so by Lincoln and the Union to coordinate troop movements. For example, it gave commanders the ability to remain in constant touch with subordinates. In the Battle of the Crater at Petersburg during July 30th, 1864, Union General Meade reported sending and receiving over 100 telegrams in 5 hours. In combination with hot air balloons, the Union could view enemy lines from above and wire it in real time. Lincoln, in fact, was so in touch with his generals that he slept inside the telegraph office. New inventions found use that bridged the gap of communication better than a telegraph could. The first telephone was patented by Alexander Graham Bell by 1878, with over 48,000 telephone lines in use in just 2 years within the United States. The radio was first tested in 1895, but then found greater use in the 1920s among the public. Whoops. Based on wireless technology, television was unveiled around the same period. In just 30 years, 90% of American households had a television set in 1960. The first communication satellite, Telstar 1, was launched in 1961, connecting entire continents. But people were getting too old for analog. There was a new player in the field, digital. Boom. And now with the computer, it brings us the troll phase. Advancements made at DARPA, a U.S. government agency, led to the development of ARPANET, a predecessor of the modern internet, in the 1970s. 90. Oh, that's what they kept top secret. In actuality, the computer was novel technology that was being introduced to the world. However, one of its prohibitors was cost. In 1970, the IBM 360 cost over $2 million and consumed an entire room. And yet, just about 10 years later, the Apple II was released for $790 at the lower end. With technology taking pace and the spread of a connected internet, it would alter the field of communication. Internet communication remains pivotal in our lives. As of 2024, 94.5% of Americans have access to internet. With email, video, and other media forms, knowledge is easier to access. Despite centuries, wire has been proven a capable way of communication that's used today. And with a bigger internet, more data is needed. Japanese researchers reported achieving a whopping 23 petabit speed through cables. That's equivalent to 352 million cat videos per second. Now let's let it rip. The telegraph itself was an antiquity invention that got replaced by more capable inventions in the future. However, and with computers, they all shared one similarity: utilizing the power of electricity to facilitate communication in speed and versatility that was never seen before. This too applies to computers, and what we consider to be the internet, just as the first telegraph networks, seems to have molded our way of communication in similar ways. The invention is continually advancing into the future in what had manifested and set the foundation for the new discoveries which we make today. For example, with more internet coverage, this will allow the rest of the world to use internet and hence more benefiters of the technology.